Once upon a time, in a small village filled with beautiful trees, small houses, there lived a humble, beautiful woman named Adama, dressed on red Saud wrapper gown, long hair, and bids. She dressed in Igbo attire. She was known for her kind heart and her skill as a local tailor, mending torn clothes for her neighbors. Adama was blessed with 8 beautiful daughters, each as kind-hearted and hard-working as their mother. However, Adama's husband, Okoro, was not satisfied. He longed for a son to carry on his name and look after him in his old age. The birth of each daughter deepened his disappointment and resentment. When their 8th daughter was born, Okoro decided to take another wife, believing that she would bear him a son. Okoro's new wife, Ego, was proud and cruel. With her arrival, Adama's life turned into a living hell. Okoro, now entirely under Ego's influence, grew cold and distant towards Adama and their daughters. He refused to provide for their education or teach them any useful skills. Instead, all his attention and resources were lavished on Ego and her children. Adama, despite the hardship, did not give up. She continued to stitch torn clothes, barely making enough to feed her family. Her daughters, seeing their mother's struggles, vowed to help. Together they worked tirelessly, saving every little bit they could from the meager earnings Adama brought in. One day, as the sun set behind the hills, Adama gathered her daughters and shared her dream of a better future for them. "My beautiful girls," she said, her voice filled with determination, "we will rise above these hardships. With hard work and faith, we can build a brighter future." After many months of sacrifice, Adama managed to save enough money to send her 2 eldest daughters, Adayeze and Chidinma, to a nearby city to learn professional tailoring. The girls, filled with hope and determination, promised to make the most of this opportunity. They studied diligently, mastering the art of creating beautiful clothes, far beyond mere mending. Years passed, and Adayeze and Chidinma became renowned tailors in the city. They sent money back home, helping their mother support their younger sisters. With their success, they were able to open a small tailoring shop in their village, where Adama and her other daughters worked. The shop thrived, attracting customers from far and wide, and soon Adama and her daughters were no longer living in poverty. The village shop became a vibrant hub of activity. Customers marveled at the intricate designs and the quality of the clothes. The daughters often worked late into the night, their laughter and songs echoing through the village as they stitched together dreams of a brighter future. One evening, as the village celebrated a festival, Adama's daughters surprised her with a beautiful dress they had made. Adama's eyes filled with tears as she donned the dress, the love and effort her daughters had put into it clear in every stitch. The villagers cheered, celebrating not just the festival, but the triumph of Adama and her daughters. With their newfound success, Adaize and Chidinma saved enough to send their younger sisters to school. They also enrolled in evening classes themselves, determined to complete their secondary education. Over time, all 8 daughters became highly educated and professionally successful, each pursuing careers as doctors, nurses, lawyers, engineers, and more. The daughters never forgot their mother's sacrifices. They took great care of Adama, ensuring she lived comfortably and happily. On her birthday, they organized a grand celebration in the village square. Adama, surrounded by her daughters and the entire village, was overwhelmed with joy and pride. The villagers praised Adama for her strength and resilience, and the celebration lasted well into the night. As the years went by, Okoro fell gravely ill. It was his daughters, the ones he had scorned and neglected, who came to his aid. They provided him with care and comfort, while Ego, fearing the loss of her wealth and status, abandoned him. Realizing the error of his ways, Okoro was filled with remorse. He asked Adama and their daughters for forgiveness, acknowledging the strength and resilience they had shown. One particularly heartwarming moment came when Okoro, bedridden and frail, saw his daughters dressed in their professional attire, doctors, nurses, lawyers, and engineers, standing around him. He wept, realizing the true wealth he had ignored. "I am proud of you all," he whispered, tears streaming down his face. Adama, with her kind heart, forgave Okoro. The family was reunited, and Okoro lived out his remaining days surrounded by the love and care of his daughters. They would often sit together, sharing stories of their childhood and the challenges they had overcome. Adama's story became a legend in the village, a testament to the power of perseverance, the value of education, and the strength of a mother's love. Meanwhile, Igo's children squandered Okoro's resources. They attended the most expensive schools in town, but none of them succeeded. The two girls became pregnant out of wedlock, and the boys joined a cult, causing trouble and bringing shame to the family. They stole from and mistreated Igo, who grew to regret her cruelty towards Adama and her daughters. In contrast, Adama's daughters married well and had children of their own, living happily and passing on the values of love, perseverance, and kindness. They often gathered at their mother's house, filling it with laughter and joy. During these gatherings, Adama would sit back, watching her grandchildren play, her heart swelling with pride and contentment. One particularly touching scene unfolded when Adama's grandchildren, learning of their grandmother's sacrifices, decided to honor her. They organized a community event, inviting everyone from the village. Adama was presented with a plaque commemorating her strength and resilience. The entire village applauded, and Adama, tears of joy streaming down her face, felt a sense of fulfillment she had never known. Adama's legacy lived on through her daughters and their children, a shining example of how resilience and a good heart can triumph over adversity. The village continued to tell her story for generations, inspiring countless others to face their challenges with hope and determination.